Oh my gosh, dude, we have some huge news for you today. We have the new CAAF Act, or maybe it's CAAF, or CAAF. I don't know. I haven't heard it said yet. It's CAAF, and it stands for the Coronavirus Assistance for American Families Act. The CAAF Act. The CAAF Act. The facts. It looks like stimulus checks under the CAAF Act, the CAAF Act, would provide $1,000 to eligible adults and dependents. As an example, an eligible family of 4 would receive $4,000. This proposal is coming as of yesterday, July 31st, just a week after the original HEALS Act was proposed. So now let's look into more details of the new proposed CAAF Act. In this act proposed by Bill Cassidy, Steve Daines, Mitt Romney, and Marco Rubio, that would provide $1,000 stimulus checks for eligible adults and dependents. And there would also be no age limit for dependents, which differs from the original CARES Act, which didn't let anybody get any type of benefits if a parent claimed their child as a dependent but were 17 years or older, which that cut out millions of high school, college age, and adult dependents. So now let's talk about the income limits and the check eligibility. So just like all the other ones that we've seen proposed, it's just like the first one with a $75,000 limit on your AGI to qualify for the full amount, going up to, it seems that $150,000 in the case of joint return and $112,500 in a case of head of household. So how does the CAAF Act differ from the original HEALS Act that was proposed? So the CAAF Act is looking to pay adult taxpayers $1,000 per, as long as they made $75,000 less in AGI, and then another $2,000 for married filing jointly, so just 2 people really, and then another $1,000 per eligible dependent, regardless of age. So this act, this CAAF Act, compared to the HEALS Act, I would say this is a lot more favorable to families that have quite a few dependents. So not only for the 2 parents can get the $1,000 per individual, but they can also get up to $1,000 per child, unlike the other HEALS Act, which is only going to give you $500 per dependent. So, they're decreasing that amount, that $1,200 check, by $200, but they're also increasing it by $500, doubling it for dependents. So if someone has a large family, this act definitely seems to be way more in their favor. The original HEALS Act gave $1,200 to adult taxpayers and $2,400 for married filing jointly, just the 2 people, and then it would only give $500 per eligible dependent, also regardless of age. So when comparing the two, let's look at a little chart to see, who would get paid the most in a couple different situations. So as you can see here, in the blue is an example of the CARES Act in this bar graph, and the red is part of the CAAF Act. That's what we're calling it. We're calling it CAAF. So right now it looks like if you were just a single taxpayer who qualified for the full amount, you would get $1,200 in the CARES Act and only $1,000 in the CAAF Act. So then we're going to start to increase, and let's see, a single parent with 2 children, they'll actually get $3,000 compared to $2,200. And then the next example is going to be 2 parents with 2 children, and you would get $600 more in this scenario. So pretty much to sum it all up, if you're a parent and has a few dependents or a few children, then the CAAF Act would be more favorable to you. So the reason that, the congressmen and women, such as Senator Rubio, had to propose something like this is because they believe that the American families definitely would need it more. So let's listen to this quote that he just said. Senator Rubio said, "As Congress continues to negotiate another economic response to the pandemic, we should prioritize direct assistance to those who need it most American families are among the hardest hit, facing unexpected challenges like homeschooling, childcare shortages, and unemployment. So Congress must take steps to help ensure that the parents and children are able to manage and recover from the impact of this crisis as the American people continue to navigate these uncertain terms. So that bill, is mainly set for families. It just favors them a little bit more, which, I definitely agree that a family with children would potentially need it more because they have definitely, a few more mouths to feed than just one person by themselves. So that's really it for you guys. Just a quick update on the new CAAF Act, you know what I mean. So hopefully you liked the video. Subscribe for more weekly updates on these stimulus checks. It's going to be a huge week next week, and make sure you subscribe. Comment down below which one you like more, the HEALS Act or the CAAF Act, and I'll see you in the next video.